Is working. All right, so we should be live right now, but I'm gonna go check my YouTube right now on my phone, make sure everything's running smoothly. So while I do that, can you tell me, give kind of people a brief introduction about yourself?
Um, I'm Trey McKenney. I'm from Flint, Michigan. I play basketball. I go to Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Uh,
Yeah,
that's it,
basically
probably.
nothing special. Nothing special.
Nothing special.
Yeah. And I guess someone else too. Yeah, it looks like everything's going well on YouTube. But just another question too before we really get into the bulk of the interview. Is there anything that you want to plug or anybody you want to shout out?
Uh, my schools, Orchard Lake St. Mary's. My trainers, Andrew Myers, Dan Roth. Those are people that get me right for what I got to do on the court.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely shout out them because they're obviously someone's obviously working with you. We're definitely gonna talk about this a little later, but I know like a few pretty good 2025 prospects that you know as well, like in the Boozer Twins that you faced when you were down here in Florida. But other than that, man, like I don't really know too much about the class of 2025 in terms of who's good, who's not. You got hella offers, it looks like, but first things first, we gotta keep it a little. We gotta talk about what's been going on in your life. And I see you went to Hoko homecoming yesterday. So how'd that go for your first homecoming?
Oh, I was kind of nervous. My heart was beating, like, when I got there, my heart was beating fast. I'm not like a type of person that go like around with a bunch of people. So like it was like I was like kind of like shook. But once I got there, it was all right. I was comfortable with it because I had friends there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was not expecting for you to be like for a basketball player like you. Well, I guess still like you're kind of young in your career, so it's not like you've played in these absolute like. Of course, the games you play matter, but eventually, once you get to the older and older you get, like every single game is gonna mean like so much more. But I would expect for it to be like, yo, like whatever, like I polo kind of went with the flow, like it was cool. But you said you're like, oh, I was kind of nervous. So like, do you like so you don't really go to like big group gatherings? I guess you could say.
Not all the time. I'm really if I'm not like in the gym, I'm either like at my house chilling or just hanging out. Not with that group of people. Not with a bunch of group of people. Just like a couple people.
Yeah. I'm curious, were you at all nervous that your dance moves weren't good enough, or was that not really a concern?
That wasn't a concern.
Yeah. And I guess too, I gotta talk about the drip a little bit too. I see the shoes look kind of nice. So was that's something special you got for homecoming, or did you have those for a little bit?
Yeah, I had to put out a little something. The sparkles, I liked them. Once I saw them, I liked them.
And bro, those are definitely fire for sure. So I guess now the big question though is, will you be back at your next homecoming or sophomore year?
Yeah, I'll be back. It was fun. I'll be back.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, but actually, I never. My freshman year, like my school's big, so like no freshmen like go to homecoming really. And sophomore year, I was gonna go, but I had someone else I had to go to that day. And then junior year, like obviously, like there wasn't one. And now this year, I'm still thinking whether I'm gonna pull up or not. I'm not really sure. I'll have to see how I'm feeling. But I guess the big thing though that I just find the most interesting about you, I feel like it's kind of basic, but just because you're so young, I find it so interesting. Is you literally have like more than one offer at your age, which is a big deal. You got like five or four or something like that. So just when did the recruitment process start for you?
It started around like a quarter of my eighth grade year. It was like around March, April, something like that. I got offered by DePaul, and then when I like started to get like to camps and stuff, my stuff started rolling in.
Yeah. So how do you think
And it's
people
like
like? Sorry, what were we gonna say?
once you get like an offer or
Yeah.
something, it's just like it's gonna flood in. It's gonna
Mhm.
keep flooding in.
Yeah, I always say that first offer is like the most crucial, just because like what you said, because then that offer is like, okay, this one school took a risk on this kid, so now we know like he must be good, and then eventually you get all the other schools. But like how did I'm assuming DePaul was your first offer. Like how did they hear about you just since you were so young?
Well, they called my dad like the night before, and like they were gonna keep an eye on me. Then like the next day I was in school, and like somebody posted something about me getting the offer, and I was like, I didn't even know because I just opened my Instagram. It was crazy. I didn't think I was gonna get it.
Yeah. Do you think it was from that Night Riders event? That's kind of how they like saw you and heard about you and everything, or no? Or what do you think it was from?
Just like my performance, but also my parents. I think they do a good showing of my background, making me look good.
Yeah, and I'm curious too. Like, I mean, I still kind of believe this. Like, I got slight bias, but I think that Knight Riders 2025 team, in my opinion, was like one of the. I guess I think they were the best 2025 team, but I think you guys did beat them, right? Right?
Yeah, we beat them.
Yeah, yeah. So
But
like, obviously, like, I guess I'm kind of wrong about that, but what does that kind of show almost about you and I guess your national attention? Like, do you enjoy going into games where people don't really know who you are, and then all of a sudden, like, you kind of blow up from that, and now you're this big time basketball player? Is that something you kind of enjoy?
I mean, that game, I mean, before that, I was pretty nationally known, but after that game, my stuff, like, that's when I, like, kind of, like, blew up.
Yeah, and like in terms of like being actually known, like the both Boozer brothers are almost at like 10,000 followers, and you're like kind of halfway there. And two, like they didn't get offers till a little later as well, but like you got yours, right after the event on May 11th. I saw is when you posted it on Instagram. So yeah. Yeah, I was definitely probably like, was that how many times did you play him there? Was that your first time or second time? I don't remember.
In Florida?
Yeah, like did you guys play him twice? Did you end up playing him twice, or was that the
Yeah,
only
we played
time?
that. We beat them the first game by, like, 3 or something like that.
Yeah, it was
Then
yeah,
the
because I
second,
was next to it, and I remember you guys were playing, and
yeah.
I'm like, I was like this random like this was going in my head. All due respect, but I was like there's no way this random team is about to beat like this Night Riders team. I was like complete shock. I'm like, there's no way, and then bam, it happens, and I'm like, all right. And then I don't know how I discovered like who you were, but then I was like, oh, like okay, all right, this starts to make more sense now, because I really only thought that Night Riders team was like a special team. There's like no other like good people out there really. So I was really blown away.
Yeah, we had a good team.
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you think that kind of like? Would you say that beating them was that? I mean, for me, I think it's a big deal just because I think that Night Riders team is just so special. Like, was that like a really big deal to you guys to beat them, or was it really like just nothing and no one, or at least myself, I didn't really know much.
I mean, it was big because, like, we were in their, like, hometown. So
Yeah,
it was big.
yeah, that's definitely a good point. Being in their hometown for sure. And then I guess what else happened with you like throughout the rest of the summer with AAU? Like, did you play in any other big tournaments or win any other like big games and stuff like that?
In the summer, I played 16s on EYBL. And that's, like, another point where, like, my recruiting blew up. That made my recruiting blow up.
Yeah. Who are you playing 16U for on EYBL?
Base fundamentals.
Okay. So I guess when you're playing, obviously you're not gonna go around and tell people, oh hi, like I haven't played high school basketball yet. Like if they ask, I'm sure you'll tell them, but like you're not gonna walk around, I guess, telling people that unless they ask you. So was there any moments where people are like, wait, you're like about to be a freshman? Like was anybody ever like surprised about you?
Yeah, it was a lot of moments that happened. But, like, a lot of times, people wouldn't really know because I don't, like, express that I play
Mhm.
16s because I don't go around telling people like that. But, like, most people knew that I was playing up 16s.
Yeah. What was it like playing up 16U? Because it's one thing to I guess play up one like play 15U maybe, but to play 16U and on EYBL, like was that you think really different compared to what you're used to, or was it actually like surprisingly just just as difficult or just as easy as playing with your own age group?
It's just like the physicality on 16s is like it's more you got to be stronger. But like if you have skill, it won't really affect you because you can get to your spots and you know what you're doing. But there's a lot more competition 16s.
Yeah. So which player? I'm pretty sure I think like TSF won Peach Jam, but which player would you say was I guess like the hardest or the best player you had to guard?
It was either Wesley Yates or Kwame Evans.
Okay. Yeah. What do you think made them challenging for you?
Kwame Evans, it was just like his versatility. He could like step out and shoot the three, and at his
Yeah,
size, it's not
I
like
forgot about that. That's funny. You said Kwame Evans and like until you said shoot a three, I was like, wait, who's Kwame Evans again? And then I'm like, I realized like I even like met him in person too. I completely like forgot. But yeah, I didn't think because I never seen him play before until like that time. I didn't think he was like a shooter. Like he was like lights out.
yeah, he can shoot.
Yeah, yeah, that definitely like caught me by surprise a little bit. But I asked like, do you know if next year what's your plan? Are you gonna play 15U, 16U, or 17U now?
I don't know. I might
Or,
play. Yeah,
or do you
it's
really?
either 16.
Yeah. All right. All right. And then I guess another thing that you did over the summer, I don't know like what this is called, but it was like a made hoops camp or something. Can you tell me a little more about that event? Because I was like on a trip over the summer, so I don't really know like too much, but I know that was going on. That was like a big deal. So just what was that?
It was like May hoops like the circuits, right?
Yeah.
The circuit. It's
Mhm.
basically like a little Nike circuit for middle school.
Okay.
But the camp, it was good. It was like players from all around that I've never seen before that were good.
Yeah.
It was good.
So
It was good.
I guess comparing that now to the EYBL, which one would you say was more difficult? Was the EYBL by far, or were these middle schoolers actually kind of giving you some trouble?
It was the EYBL by far.
Yeah. All right. All right.
EYBL.
Yeah. I was like a little cute because like I don't know. I feel like in my head like it's harder playing up, but then it's like also I mean a lot of players do it and they don't seem to struggle. So I'm like, is that because like I know eventually when you get to a certain point, like the players in the NBA are obviously like there's some that are like 10 years age gap, like 5 years age difference, but then once you get to a certain point, like just basketball is basketball. So that's kind of why I was curious. Maybe it starts in high school, or if you still kind of got to wait till the NBA and everything like that. But now transitioning into high school, you still haven't played, I guess, your first really official games of high school basketball yet. So how do you expect that to be?
It's gonna be like pretty easy. Pretty easy for me to adjust because 16s are basically playing in EYBL. That's like top notch competition, and they're in high school. So I think I'll adjust easily.
Yeah. Do you have any goals for your high school season specifically?
I just want to get a state championship. That's it.
Yeah, I guess like what would be cool for you too is like, bro, you get one every single year, like 4 state championships. Like that's different. So that would definitely
I
be
want.
tough for sure.
I want to also. I want to be all state as a freshman.
Yeah. So what are you gonna have to do to I guess kind of achieve those goals?
Just help my team. Whatever I got to do to win. Be a leader in practice. Play hard.
Yeah, definitely. And
Teammates
now,
what they need for a state championship.
yeah, for sure. And now something else that I guess you could say it's a goal. Maybe for you it's not a goal at all. But when ESPN put out those rankings for the class of 2025, I'm assuming that you're definitely going to be in the conversation. So I guess are you excited about being ranked? Do you care about being ranked? What's your opinion on the rankings?
I mean, I get happy like when I see that my eyes in the rankings, but like I really don't pay attention because like they matter, but they don't matter at the same time.
Yeah. So
But
I guess
yeah,
it's just so it's more like it's cool, but it's like you don't really care like too much.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm curious too, like what players are there maybe any players like I guess that are your grade that are now going to be coming freshmen that you maybe started to build a relationship with like this summer or guys that you're from your hometown that you're really tight with that you play basketball with?
Well, Sherrod Barnes from Base Fundamentals, he's good. And over the summer, I built a relationship with both of the boosters.
Okay.
And Jameer Jones too. They're top. They're up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's something like interesting too because I don't know like I'm curious like what grade how old are you when you first got Instagram?
When I first got on Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
like around like 12, 13, something like that.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess like a couple years ago, but I'm sure for you like I can't imagine like a 12 or 13-year-old hitting someone and be like, "Yo, bro, you're tough." Like I just can't see like a 12 or 13-year-old doing that. But now it's like we're in a social media age where a lot of the basketball players like are friends. Like you played in competitive games versus the Boozer twins, and now all of a sudden like you're kind of friends with them. So what's it like for you almost becoming friends with your competitors and everything through social media?
It's good. It's like you want to be friends with them type of people because you relate with them.
Yeah. Is it at all kind of weird knowing like you're like battling it out versus them, but then now like you guys are kind of friends? That at all something weird to comprehend? Because I feel like that would be weird if it's like I'm friends with this guy, but then like I could just think about all the memories of me like trying like to beat them in basketball so bad. Like I feel like it's just weird to think about.
It's not weird. It's just like you know, at the end of the day or the end of the game, somebody's gonna win that game.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
But it's more like the competitive nature, you know?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious. We're getting on the interview, I guess, in a couple more minutes. Just more of a light question. I don't know about you, but have you been watching like any football, or are you more like a strictly basketball kind of guy?
I try to watch other sports, but I'm not just strictly basketball. I like other sports.
Yeah. Have you ever played another sport?
I've I did food only for
Wait, could you repeat what you just said? Because I get just glitched out for a second.
I said I've ran track and did football for a short amount of time.
Okay, so then what? So then, like, I guess what made you then choose to just be strictly basketball?
I've loved basketball since I was like a little kid, so I was like, it's basketball.
Yeah, it was just kind of like common sense. You're just like I like it the most. I just got to do it.
Yeah, I've been around it so long.
Yeah, definitely. Well, anyways, really appreciate you for coming on. Kind of made it to the end of the interview. I guess we can end it off on a more like inspirational kind of note. I want you to tell me what are your goals for life.
I just want to be one of the greatest players of all time. I want to make it to the NBA, and I want to put Flint on the map.
Yeah, those are definitely great goals for sure. But yeah, make sure you guys give us a follow on Instagram. I'm at iHoopsFL, and his is his name at Trey McKenney. So, anyways, man, for probably, I mean, we don't know the rankings yet, but for probably a 5-star in the class of 2025, Trey McKenney. I'm Isaac Fleischer, and this has been another iHoopsFL interview. Peace out, guys.